Anna Maria Clement here at Hippocrates beautiful grounds, and I'm here with Edwing, our exercise specialist who trains so many people. I have so many people. Well, the deal is with today's exercise is that we want to prevent injuries. You know, there is an estimate by 2030, just 10 years from now, there will be an increase of knee surgeries. Listen to this, 675% increase knee surgeries, hip surgeries, 175. Let's prevent this, but also let's do something if I've had the surgeries. So our muscle needs exercise. Guess what? Our bodies think if I don't use them, if all I sit all day and I'm use computer or I'm just sitting, then our body gets rid of the muscles because it's actually a burden. So I need to use them, and I need to strengthen my muscle. It strengthens my bones, it strengthens my whole physique, my immune system. So it's really important to work on this and prevent injuries. You know, especially women, we have more of this because we have less bone mass than men. So, but men and women, let's all work on this. Let's get rid of the excess fat we have on our body. It has no reason to be there. It's just a burden on our knees and hips. And so the exercise we did last time, I hope you saw that. And now we're going to work with Edwing and see how do we prevent it, or what do we do if I've had these surgeries.
All right, thank you again, Anna.
Thank you.
All right, today I'm going to take you through 3 stages of some exercises that will help people who have had knee operations or probably have some knee issues and hip issues. And this is going to help with strengthening and help with your quality of life, depending on how you feel and the pain and your exercise regimen, and if it's poor or if it's increasing. So the first 3 that I'm going to give is going to be 2 that functions from the hip, the second one the knees, and the third is going to be a stabilize. Now what people don't realize, your stabilizer muscles are the most important. I repeat, the most important. When you're standing on one leg, trust me, you got millions of muscles working together just to keep that one leg up at the end of the day. And people don't realize when you have injuries and you have surgery, once they cut you, those tissues, you got to reinforce them. You got to re-engage them. They're not going to re-engage themselves. Just like Anna said, you're sitting at a desk, you're not using your body. Your body's going to be like, oh, whatever, you know, I feel good. But you don't feel good until an injury happens or you get sick. And that's when you start thinking, and that's when everything breaks down. But once again, we're here to help you, show you how to prevent and to engage your body so that way you feel better about yourself, even though, you know, through a pandemic, which we're going through right now. So the first routine we're going to sit on the ball. Make sure you have 90 degree at the knees, comfortable on the ball, find your setting. You can keep your hands on the ball for more comfort, or hands on your hips. We move from the hips. Right leg is going to come off the ground slightly. Keep your foot flexed. We do not move from the knees, straight from the hips. And we're going to lift 10 repetitions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and down gently. Switch to the other side. I'm going to keep my hands on my hips for this one. And 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Keep in mind, we can do 3 to 4 sets, 10 to 15 repetitions. Also, keep in mind, posture needs to be up straight, no slouching, because when you're working the body frame, everything has to be aligned. And now moving to the knees, we're going to flex. Function from the knees this time, not the hips. Same rule applies. You can keep your hands on the ball or hands on your hips. When we function from the knees, we bring the leg up, keep the foot flexed, and we flex from the knee, extend it out fully, and then coming right back into a 90-degree starting position that you were before. Now keep in mind, keep your foot flexed. It keeps the muscles locked from the ankle to the knees and to the hips and gives you more structure. And once again, slow and controlled when you're working with your body weight. Nothing fast. We're gonna do 5 and exchange to the next leg. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Gonna do the next one on hands on hips and foot flex. Always rules of engagement. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, keep in mind, I know you're wondering what muscles am I working? Once again, as this is about the belly also plays a factor, because when we're sitting, standing, the core is always engaged. Now, the 2 exercise sequences I just explained work your gluteus, your hamstrings, your adductors, your quads, your calves. If you keep your foot flexed, meaning when you keep it flexed, you turn on the lights, keeping all the muscles engaged. So everything is engaged when you keep your foot flexed. So think of it of a light switch being on, all the muscles turn on. You keep it down, you're gonna have some muscles off. You don't want muscles off when you're working with your body weight. You want all muscles on. All right, now the next routine is gonna be stabilizing, where there's no movement. And that's the hardest thing for people to do, because we always gotta move throughout life, and when it comes down to chill or stand still and breathe in life for a minute, we forget and we don't want to because we're so moving around. Now the hardest thing to do in life, especially in exercise, is stabilize exercise, because it's a lot. We don't know to do that because we're always used to moving around. But with that being said, this is where you work muscles that we forget about, and everybody always forgets about the small guy, and the small guy is always the important guy at the end of the day. So with that being said, we're gonna do the same exercises, but with no movement, and it's gonna target everything. Once again, we can keep our hands on the ball or hands on hips. Now, next sequence, we're gonna go into stabilize. Same rule we're gonna do as the same sequence we did before, just no movement and just stabilizing. We're gonna bring the leg up. Once again, same rule applies. 90-degree at the knees, keep your foot flexed, engage from the hips. This one, you have to let the ball go, because this one where it has to get tricky and you have to find where your weakness is. And from here, we hold. Beginners, 5 to 10 seconds. Bring the ankle down, switch the other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, if you're intermediate, you can do 10 to 15 seconds. Beginners, not beginners, I take that back. Advanced, 60 seconds to 2 minutes. At the end of the day, you can change the variations by keeping arms up, which once again works the whole body from the arms, back, abdomen, and legs. Switch, same rule, 5 to 10 seconds. Intermediate, 25 to 35. Advanced, 60 to 2 minutes. And ladies and gentlemen, that completes our segment for your exercise on how to prevent knees and hip injuries from reoccurring and to keep yourself safer after surgery at the end of the day.
So Edwin, this ball, where do they get this ball?
Well, you can get this ball, everybody knows Amazon. So you can get this ball on Amazon, but before you get the ball, you need to find out your specifications. You can go online and they have guidelines. They give your height, your weight. Mm-hmm. The most standard size is 55 cm or 45. If you're 6 feet over, you're going to go with a 65 to a 75, but the most standard is 55. But before you purchase, make sure you go online and find out which one fits your needs, because there's so many varieties out here. But the one we're using here today is a 55, so it's the most standard. So it's between 6 feet, and if you're 4 foot, you can still utilize it.
Yeah, because you're tall. I had such use of this right before I give birth to my kids. Right before the water breaks, I sit on this thing. It's the best. So if you're pregnant, get one of these too, just to exercise and have fun right before the birth. So, exercise should be fun, and you strengthen and you reduce risk of injury. And how simple, you could do this at home. So get a ball, You can do it on your bed, you can do it on the floor, put some towels, or if you have a mat, probably you might have a yoga mat already. Enjoy this, and you boost your immune system. Everything is connected in your body. It's not just the way you look, it's the way you feel. So I'm gonna make a great juice for you that a lot of people will love right now, especially this time of the year when we're going into the fall and winter. So we'll see you in a little bit.